So tell me about yourself and what you are doing right now in that ServiceNow project.
Yeah, I have 4 years of experience on ServiceNow. So my journey started with New York, and currently we migrated to the Utah. And with respect to my roles and responsibilities, I'm majorly working on development part and minorly working as administration part. So when come to day-to-day activities are like we supporting ITSM applications and also service catalogs, and my day-to-day activities are like every day we have a stand-up meetings around 8 p.m. And in the stand-up meetings, we discuss about the story of status and progress. And every bi-weekly and every 14th day, we will have release. And in that release, we will moving all our updates to the production. And later that, we will do the documentation part. That's all.
Okay. So let's say that I want to know that which version my ServiceNow instance is. So how do I know that?
Okay. So we'll go to the application navigation tab, and there we can select start do. From there we can see on which version we are working.
Okay. So you worked on the incident management?
Yeah.
What did you have done in the incident management?
On incident management, we do all the development part, and also we do the tasks and notifications and SLAs and metrics and related list configuration and field custom fields creation, and we're adding some existing fields configurations. So we implemented some assignment rules and data lookup rules. These are all things I covered in incident and problem management and also change.
So what is the difference between assignment lookup and data lookup?
Assignment data lookup is basically, so when you are going to create an instance, it will apply assignment lookup as a assignment lookup, right? So suppose, you want to assign the ticket to a particular group. So suppose when category is the network and we want to assign the ticket to the network group. So that kind of things we can do with the assignment lookup rules.
I'm looking for the difference between data lookup and assignment rule. What is the difference, major difference?
Any difference? No, Roy.
When you say that you have worked on that assignment rule, data lookup, make sure that you know that what is the difference between them. So data lookup basically work on the client side, assignment lookup run on the server side.
Okay.
Make sure that you know that what is the difference between them.
Okay.
So in the incident, you have seen that we have various stages, right? Various stages like new, in progress, pending, then resolve, then close, right? So I want to show there is a progress bar. I want to show the top. How can I show that progress bar?
So we can achieve with the process flow formatter.
Okay.
Yeah. So already out of the box. So if it is there in the process flow formatter, we will go to the form design. So in the form design, we have like a field types. There we can search for the formatters. If it is already there, then we can just the drag and drop. If it is not there, we have to create your custom one.
Okay. So let's say that I have a table. Okay. For example, CMDB CI. And there is a field called assign to.
Okay.
I want to know that how many places this assign to is actually used, this field or CC user table is actually used, from where I can get that information.
Okay. So with help of schema map, we can see that.
Okay. I want to change the color of the number field depending on certain condition. For example, if the priority is high, I want to change the number color to the red color on the incident form or maybe incident list. Okay. So when I open the incident list, I want to show the color of that number field is the red. How can I show that?
Okay, so by doing with the help of the client script, we can achieve like using the J_scope form Flash, or we can do the with the field styles.
Right.
Field styles configuration, we can do that.
So yeah, we can do that field style and we can configure that, because if you open that form, then only this client script will be done, but it won't work on the list.
Oh yeah.
So let's say that I want to give security admin or any kind of role to any user. What is the ServiceNow best practices?
So first if we want to give someone to the security admin role, you must have the security admin role and admin role.
What is the best practice to giving role to the user?
So best practice of giving role to the user, like you should not give the role directly to the user. So always best practice that, so you always assign a role to the group. So rather than assigning the role to the each individual user, so we can assign a role to a group so that any new member is added and that role is automatically assigned to them. Suppose if there is a role has different permissions, these permissions are automatically applied to that particular group members and newly assigned users. So you don't need to create manually assign to it.
Okay. Tell me about few ServiceNow best practices, 4-5 best practices.
ServiceNow best practices. So always, when you create any custom application, so enable the out-of-the-box functionalities, and you can use the custom rather than creating custom fields, and try to use the out-of-the-box fields.
Just go through these best practices, ServiceNow best practices. There are many other in descriptive best practices. Okay.
Okay, Rohit.
So did you work on the problem management?
Yeah.
So in out of box, what are the stages transition present to that problem management?
Okay, it is a new and assess and root cause analysis, fix in progress, resolve, close, cancel.
Okay. Why do we need the problem in ServiceNow?
Problem is like suppose problem is a unknown cause of one or more incidents, which are often identified as a result of similar incidents. So like suppose like there is a bank application, and a bank application is like suppose like so we are working on desktop is suddenly like sometimes you will see the blue screen error. So what we do normally, we call to the ServiceNow help desk agent, and he will understand the issue and he will raise an incident. After doing some, like what we'll do, he will suggest that to us, and please restart the system. So what we do normally, we restart the system. Sometimes it would work. So once we restart the system, it would work. So here we are restoring the services, but we still don't know what actually caused the blue screen error. So blue screen error came just because there is a problem internally in the system, which will not visible to us until we get the blue screen error. So to investigate and diagnose what actually caused the blue screen error, so to identify the root cause of that error, so we need to invoke the problem management. So we need to raise the problem request. So if it is a major incident management, every major incident management will come to the problem. So most of the instances.
Okay. Let's say that you created a field into that incident table. Okay.
Okay.
Target date, something like that.
Okay.
Now I want to make this target date field mandatory. So how many way I can make this target date field mandatory?
So we create a field on incident table. So we need to make the fields mandatory, right?
Yes. How many way we can do? There are many way. So how many
Yeah,
way?
yeah. So we can make like using it directly with dictionary, and we're going to using client scripts and data policy, and make dictionary override. It is not dictionary, you can like with the dictionary and UI policy. UI policy, data policy, client scripts, and dictionary.
What is dictionary override?
Dictionary overrides means dictionary property like when you get some property from your parent, on top of that, we want to change the behavior or property of that that fields which is extended from the parent table. Suppose if we make any dictionary changes on that field, so that will affect on our child tables as well. Child tables field as well. If we added that field on child table, so to overcome that, so ServiceNow give us dictionary override feature, so that if we search a dictionary override that particular table, it will not impact to the any child tables as well. It will make only so mandatory on that particular table.
Okay. So you know how to create the script include, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say that I want to call a script include from my business.
Okay.
How can I call that?
So by just using the classroom script include name, we just include an object. Using that object reference, we can just call the function name. So where something like where is and variable name is equal to, by creating an instance new and script include name, and using that reference object reference, we can call that function name, like where variable name is something object and object dot function name, like that we can call.
So what is the classless script include and classful script include?
What? Classless and
classful.
Classful.
Yeah.
Classless script include, right? Suppose that if we check the client call, if we uncheck the client call checkbox, it is like classless script include. And second one is I didn't get clearly, Rohit.
So normally whatever you write, like create a script include, define the function, that's a classful script include, right? But there are certain scenarios, like if you want to do like, for example, you can you can put the function name, let's say a test, and then there will be function called test itself. So you can call this function directly in your any of this filter. So there won't be any other function. There will be only one function. That's we call the class.
Okay. If we remove that complete default code, so we start writing our own function, and that is.
How many types of SLA are there?
Sorry?
How many types of SLA present into the ServiceNow?
SLA, yeah. SLA is an OLA and underpinning contract.
Okay, and what is the response SLA and what is the resolution SLA?
Response SLA means from the time suppose there is an issue and an incident is created and it is assigned to some group. So the suppose SLA is like half an hour and schedule is like 24/7 or a particular schedule. Suppose that within 5 minutes we have to respond. So there is a supporting team and the ticket will trigger to the supporting team. Supporting team have to respond or acknowledge that particular ticket within 5 minutes, and supporting team need to inform to the escalate to the higher L1 team or L2 team. So that remaining 15-25 minutes they can work on. So within 5 minutes we have to respond. Otherwise, it will not breach the SLA for that particular supporting team. So that is the response SLA. Resolution SLA means from the time the incident is created, the SLA will be calculated until suppose if you're not able to resolve the SLA. So still the SLA will be calculated. If you're not able to resolve the SLA, it breaches the SLA.
Right. So response SLA is time from the incident created to the assigned to some user, right? That is a response.
Yeah, assigned to, yeah.
And resolution SLA is time from created to the until it's
incident
resolved.
and until it's resolved.
Right. So that is the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the transform map?
Transform map is like a simplest drag and drop operation, and it's like it acts sometimes like a staging area. It defines the relationship between the source table and target table, and it defines the relationship between the source table and target table and map the fields dynamically.
Okay. So let's say that I want to create a custom table. Okay. For example, paste table. Okay. And then I want to add a field like number field, like incident. If you see the incident table, the number field automatically increment, right? So similarly, I want to create a field on to the test table. How can I do that? What are the steps I have to do?
So we will go to the dictionary, and from there we have related this to like add columns, right? So from there we can create the that particular field.
But how it will automatically increment?
Automatically increment, we have to define some attribute, like we have an option called like auto number in field. We have to do some attribute. We have to define some attribute.
Check that in details, like what are the things we need to do. Okay. What is the difference between async business rule and after business rule?
Sync business rule execute asynchronously. After business rule execute synchronously. So async business rule, when user submits the form and after any action is taken on the database, it will execute. It's same like after business rule. After business rule, it will also do the same. So after user submits the form, any action is taken on the record in the database and it will perform some action. But after business rule, what it will do, right? So once you suppose like you updated some sort description and you updated some like any value, so you want to do those population of the records right away. You want to do some action to be right away. So when business rule is running, so until that it hold the whole form of the whole form. So it will not process any further actions. It will freeze the form until it will do that particular action. So, but in a async business rule, see it creates a scale. So it runs on the background. It creates a scheduled job and runs the job. So and it's no need to wait for the response. So that it is used to system can wait and once you get the response, it will automatically update the record. So we don't need to wait for the response. It will not hold the whole form. So you can process any further actions.
Basically, after business rule, it will hold the form until unless the operation is completed, right? But async business will be run in background, and then user will be able to do other work. So that's a simple difference, right? So when you are talking about what is this, so you give some simple difference, like you can see even like if I want to close the problem and there are related incident will be automatically. At that time, we can use that async business rule. But to setting the value, some value, or maybe whenever the incident will be closed, you want to, automatically close
when it will be
closed. That time you can use the simple after business rule. Right. So let's say that I want to query to the incident table and I want to get only 5 incidents. There will be 10 or 20, but I want to get 5 incidents. How can I do that?
So we will use that set limit function. So we will do we will write the Gliderecord for the incident table. And suppose we want only active records, so do the add query and active query, and we will write set limit function. And suppose we want to only, then you will do the while gr.next and geodate nest, and we will print the add information message, and like if you want only now display the numbers, and we will use geodate number. So set limit is number, we will use five, and it will display the only 5 records.
When you are giving answer more specific, okay, so just say that using the gr.set limit, we can get the 5 record. Set limit is a function that can return the 5 record. Parameter is the number, right? So you can put the 5. So let's say that I want to trigger a notification, and then I want to add somebody in CC or BCC.
Okay.
How can I do that?
So we will use that like email.add address in the email script. So we will receive section, we don't have no CCs and BCC recipients. No, we will add using the email object, and accessing some method, email.add address method. And there we will mention CC and C and the particular specific email, and BCC and specific email.
Right. So we need to write a mail script, and under the mail script, we need to define that email object.
And we can, we call that email script from the notifications body.
I think that should be my side. I think you are able to answer most of the answer, but the only challenge is that you have to be more specific, more confidently you have to be delivered, and more energetic you need to deliver. Apart from that, whatever question I have asked, mostly you are able to provide the answer. But initially I asked you some question, you are deviating with the actual question. You are going to different answers. So make sure that you are the main point of make sure that you are in the same path, and make sure